Friends, a mobile application that had the power to tell you the time left for your tasks, and if the countdown reached 0, a grim reaper would come and end you at the beginning of the story. We are shown a group of teenagers who were having a lot of fun playing some games among themselves. Among them, there was a girl who was telling everyone about a new application named Countdown, which had the power to tell anyone's remaining time. That is, if their timer reached 0, everyone would die. They all thought of the application as a joke, so to pass the time, they all downloaded it. They all had to sign an agreement in the application, which contained all the terms and conditions. Everyone accepted that agreement. And now, the countdown started on everyone's screen. When they went into the future, the condom of years started in everyone's mobile, but Courtesy was not showing a countdown of just 3 hours on the girl's mobile, meaning that she would die within 3 hours. But all these things were nonsense. At that time, Ivan, her boyfriend, comes there, who had drunk a lot, and now they both were going home. Ivan was very drunk, and as he takes her away, she feels the warmth of his hands on her. Courtesy of the application, a message comes that she has broken the user agreement. Courtesy notices that a stranger is following her. She needs to run towards her house. Then, Courtesy sees in the application that she has less than 2 minutes left, so she reaches her home by any means and switches off her mobile. She thought she would go back like this, but this was her biggest misconception. Courtesy was hearing strange noises from her entire house. And then suddenly, the next day, everyone had lifted her completely into the air, which quickly brought her crashing back to the ground. Now, Courtesy was dead. Her mobile, which she had switched off, also turned on by itself, and now on her mobile, the countdown had suddenly reached 0. That means this application really works, and on the other hand, Courtesy's boyfriend Ivan had met with an accident, in which he was badly injured, and the car seat where Courtesy was supposed to sit, a very big tree had entered. In fact, this was how Courtesy was going to die, but she had already left the gates. That's why she had broken the schedule of the application, and the punishment had to be given to Courtesy. Now, here, we see a nurse named Min, who was watching that one of her patients was missing from his place. When she goes to him, there was not any patient, but it was her girlfriend. Because of Courtesy's death in this way, Event Queen was very upset. It tells all these things. It also shows Countdown app to her, in which there were only 19 hours left with her. Event slowly began to trust that this application is absolutely right, but the Queen was not trusting her on the same button. The hospital staff were cutting the cake because today was the first day of her in this hospital. After Shiv's completion, when the Queen was leaving for her home, then she receives a message from an application on her mobile, and it was the same Countdown application, which was talking to her. Without thinking anything, the Queen downloads the application, in which the countdown for the Queen was 2 days. The Queen still didn't trust this application. On the way, the scenario of the Queen was with a doctor, whose name she had taken. He was flirting with her, but the Queen clearly refused him in every way. Poor doctor's heart was broken. When she reaches her home, she starts searching for some documents in her closet. At that moment, she sees her younger sister Jordan with her boyfriend, who was hiding there. Seeing the Queen, Jordan's boyfriend runs away from there. Jordan was very angry with her elder sister because she had interfered in her affairs every time. Actually, some time ago their mom had died, and since then, the Queen used to go home with her father. That's why she couldn't give much time to them. Now we are shown Event, who was ready for her surgery. Then she saw that there were only 3 minutes left in the countdown on the application, so Event was very scared now. She didn't want to have her surgery now, so Ivan was running away from the hospital. But from all around, there were strange and scary voices coming. The countdown of the Dewin's application was going on at home, and now he was very scared. When his countdown suddenly reached 0, the young man saw that his girlfriend Courtesy's body was lying on top of the CD player, and he quickly attacked her because Courtesy had died due to falling from Ivan's CD. After these things are confirmed to the Queen, she becomes very excited because she hadn't trusted the application. According to her, Event had died. So, to confirm these things, she checks Ivan's mobile, but it was locked. But the Queen was so excited that she directly went to Ivan's body and unlocked his mobile with his Face ID. And she was shocked to see that the countdown of Yvonne in the application had reached 0. And the Queen suddenly became very tense because her countdown was also just 1 day. She cancelled all the plans made with her dad so that her life was not in any danger. Due to these things, she receives a message in this application that she has violated the user agreement. So, everywhere she was being shown Event's dead body from yesterday. But she was forgetting that she was misunderstanding her sister. The Queen immediately returns home and starts searching extensively in this application on her laptop. After reading many cases, the Queen was completely convinced. But as soon as she shuts down her laptop, she sees Event's dead body right in front of her, which scared the Queen a lot, and she runs away from there. Queen had completely broken the countdown inside her mobile, but even after the Queen's death, she doesn't know how this application gets activated inside her mobile. The next day, she goes to a shop to buy a new mobile for herself, but in her new mobile, she didn't have this application. But in a little fear, she receives a notification that the countdown application has been updated automatically. The Queen was about to delete the application from the shop, but no one could delete the application. That's why the Queen takes her mobile with anger and leaves from there. Then a man named Max was asking her from above the snake why she was sitting in her car when her husband was sitting in the car. Then another man collides with her, causing a little damage to the Queen. The owner of the other car was trying to blame the Queen, but the Queen was trying to correct her place. On time, the police arrive and the man runs away. Max also shows her the same application that he was using. Now, both of them sit in a pub and start discussing about the application. The Queen wanted to see the user agreement of the application, so they both go to an old man and download the same application on his mobile. Initially, it was showing the user manual and agreement, which clearly stated that this application will predict the user's exact death, and no one can break this agreement. When the old man accepts the agreement, his countdown was for 39 years, meaning he still had a lot of time left to live. The Queen and Max were wondering if there was some kind of supernatural influence behind all these things, so they started meeting different fathers. One father gave them a cat that could help them in some way. When they were in the toilet, a child was showing them something, which they ignored. But then the light of the bathroom turned on, and a shadow named Call attacked Max immediately. Somehow, he managed to get out of the bathroom and went back inside. Now, both of them go to a page near this page and explain to them how the application was telling anyone's death date, and if the countdown was reaching 0, they were dying somehow. Then, the breast tells them that people started doing this many years ago, and there was a very dangerous devil behind it, but now this problem was inside an application. So, with the help of a hacker, they would have to hack the application. Queen and Max went straight to the owner of this electronic shop and asked him to hack the application. In return, the owner was demanding a lot of money from them, which Queen and Max gave together, and in the next moment, the owner went to hack the application. In sheer panic, the data of the application was right in front of them. The owner had hacked the application, extending the countdown time for everyone. This meant that all users could now live for a much longer time. The Queen also tried to search for her sister Jordan's name in the application's code. Jordan had also downloaded the application, but after the countdown was over, Queen spends the night with Max because she was very scared to sleep alone. They talked romantically and had a great night together. In the morning, Queen noticed that Max was out of the room, so she wondered who slept with her. It wasn't someone new, it was the devil who tried to attack Queen. He had even tried to manipulate Queen, but Max comforted her. They watched a video of a child watching the dangerous application when the countdown returned to normal. This meant that the owner had successfully hacked the application, rendering it useless. Jordan was feeling scared as someone or something was around her. The devil was trying to attack her, but Queen and Max arrived just in time to save her. They took the child with them, and all three went straight to the page where the devil was. There, they learned the best way to defeat the devil, by killing any one user before or after their countdown ends. This would break the rules of the application, and the devil would be permanently defeated. They create a holy structure on the ground where the devil couldn't enter. Now, Max's countdown was about to end, and he started preparing to face the devil. When Max's countdown was about to end, they all went inside the holy structure. In the next moment, they faced the devil, who couldn't enter the holy structure and was trapped outside, taking the form of Max's deceased younger brother, whom he could manipulate to come out of the structure and attack. Max took her outside the structure when the devil grabbed her and pulled her away. Meanwhile, Queen was busy saving Max until Max met with an accident and died. Queen was left terrified with her sister Jordan, and the next day, she was in the hospital. There was a nurse in the hospital who was trying to force her into a line, and Queen was also being tied up. That's why Queen thought of taking a very good plane near Lu, because there was also an application with her, but now Queen wanted to kill Lee before her countdown ended. So that the rule could be broken and the devil could also be killed. Queen flirted with Lu and Abu took her to a deserted room. Queen didn't waste time and started attacking Lee's liver, but the devil was saving Lu by using his power because he didn't want anyone to die before the countdown ended here. Jordan had less than 2 minutes, and if his countdown also became 0, the devil would kill him too. Queen immediately understood that she could not write like this, so now Queen herself morphine her body to save her sister. The heartbeat of Queen stopped, and she was about to die, meaning that the rule of the application had completely broken. That's why the devil also ended completely. Jordan was crying a lot seeing her sister in this condition. Then she saw the name of an antidote written on her sister's hands. Jordan immediately took the antidote and injected it into her sister's body. Due to the reaction of it, Queen came back to life, meaning that this whole thing was pre-planned and now Queen and Jordan had made the devil a fool. After this, Queen, Jordan, and her father were living their lives very well, but one day Queen gets a message that version 2.0 of this app has been installed on her mobile, meaning that the game had just begun, and with this, our story ends here.